What's up, y'all? It is the next installment of Ike's Boom Boom Room. I am Ike, or Isaac, or Joker Man Uno, as you see sprawled across the screen. The Nintendo Switch 2 has officially been revealed. Who couldn't believe it? I know I can't. It's some crazy shit. It's finally here. I'm gonna react to the trailer. I haven't seen the trailer yet. I'm gonna talk about my thoughts, how I'm feeling about the Switch and the lead into the Switch, how long it's taken to announce it, Nintendo's thoughts and feelings, yada yada. Without further ado, I'm gonna turn it down here, and hopefully I see it in the corner here. I don't want to get copyright struck. I'm gonna have it playing very low on feedback, but I'll be able to hear it pretty okay. Ah. 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 This is pretty cool how they doing this. Oh, this shit got a official kickstand, not just a little piece of shit. So this is definitely more of an iPad, and the Joy-Cons are definitely bigger. I really love the little color in between the analogs. Sticks, like that little color. I think that's really dope. Looks like it has a little bit more ergonomics. I really love the looks like is there a USB-C inside the Joy-Cons, or is that something else? Oh, I see. It attaches to that. I gotta tell you, my Joy-Cons are wearing out, so any more, it looks more like the Wii U. Switch 2, and it's really called the Switch 2. It's not like the Super Switch. It's not like, it's really the Switch 2. That's crazy. Sorry, I had to bring it back for a second. I wanted to see this little part right here. It going from the big bezels to like the skinnier bezels. That's pretty awesome. That's literally what I needed. And I honestly feel like they pushed back the Switch 2 from last year to this year once they announced that the Switch 2 wouldn't have an OLED screen. It's like, what are we doing? You better go back in the motherfucking shop and put an OLED on that bitch, or I'm screaming on y'all. And that's what they did. It took a whole year and they put OLEDs on the motherfucker. They put an actual kickstand on the motherfucker. This shit is definitely more of an iPad than anything else in terms of like design. In terms of like from the first one to this one, the first one it was more like that shit felt like a Game Gear. This shit looks like a whole ass iPad with Joy Cons. All right, let's see what's going on. I really love those controllers, man. They look nice and like those third party joints for big hands and adult hands. Those joints, those third party Joy Cons. They look just like those. Nice and thick. Buttons are nice and thick. It's really caught the Switch too. It's bugging me out, bro. It looks good. Some untitled Mario game, whatever. Super Mario Kart, whatever. Okay, I have one of those still. Well, I need a new one, probably this year, as it should be. Plays Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games as well as Nintendo Switch games, as it should. Nintendo Switch 2 plays both physical and digital Nintendo Switch games. Certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported or fully compatible with Nintendo Switch 2. What? Details will be shared on the Nintendo website at a later date. What? Let me find out my plan of playing The Witcher 3 on the Switch 2 with the new 4 point whatever next gen update may not be a possibility because it's not compatible with Switch 2. I'd be hurt. I'd be genuinely hurt. Especially for a 5-year-old game with like a 4-year-old, I believe is 4 or 3-year-old update. Like, come on now. Well, it's way more than 5 years old. Did I say 5 years old? The Witcher 3 is like 10 years old. That shit is a smooth decade years old now, which is insane to me. Um, yeah, let's see. Does Nintendo have anything else to say about this on their website except all cookies? Just watch the trailer. That's all y'all got for me. Hate y'all. Oh, okay, okay. All right, so let me go to the browser here. Look at this. I like it, man. I like it a lot. I like the snap on. Right, right. The same screen. Ah, Nintendo Direct Switch 2. April 2nd, 2025. Yeah, so we're not getting this until I've seen people say that we're not getting this until shit. That we're not getting this until at least June or after. And if they have a Nintendo Switch Nintendo Direct for the Nintendo Switch 2 for April 2nd, then yeah, I'm inclined to believe that as well. I'm gonna have to make a reminder of that. I can't X out that screen. Oh, Nintendo Switch 2 experience in New York, Los Angeles, and Dallas. Experience Nintendo Switch 2 for yourself at a hands-on event. Yeah, I really can't close the screen now. Um, Nintendo Switch 2 is a no-brainer. I was coerced. I was forced to buy a PlayStation 5. Xbox Series X is very nifty, especially when I first saw it and had to resume play stuff. But the Nintendo Switch 2 is the only console that's come out in recent memory that's not the PlayStation 4 that is a must buy for me. Like, I have to have the Nintendo Switch day one. Now, I want to talk about why this entire trailer was lackluster. Why, of course, it was going to be trending when it released, but why the fervor isn't there like it should be. There has been a ton of rumors, leaks about the Nintendo Switch 2 way ahead of what it seems like Nintendo wanted to start sharing stuff. You know, there were some lead-ins from some leakers and some mock-ups that were drawn up from some like pretty credible sources on social media. And then CES came around and all the third parties started leaking all the freaking accessories, the Switch 2 accessories. This company leaked the Nintendo Switch 2 and its release date. Yeah, Nintendo Switch 2 mock-up spotted at CES alongside the accessories. See what they did there? All right, so this is from Wesley Yin Poole on IGN. Uh, I guess I'll show you guys. Uh, the mock-up for the Nintendo Switch 2 has appeared at CES this week. This was on January 8th. And the company behind it is based on the real thing gaming accessory maker Genki. I know Genki is showing off its Nintendo Switch 2 mock-up to press at the Consumer Electronics Show. And based on a report from French publication Numerama, I think that's how you pronounce it. It has plenty to say about Nintendo's unannounced next-gen console. Oh my god, that's unfortunate. Look at this shit. Look at this. I'd be so tight if I was Nintendo. That's literally it. Oh no, they got the visual video for the charging. Ah, come on, y'all. I would shit on y'all if I was Nintendo. Uh According to Numerama, Genkai said that Nintendo Switch 2 launches in April, jeez, and that its mock-up, which you can see in the images in this article, is based on a real Switch 2. The Genkai also claimed the rumored optical sensor on the Joy-Con. More on that below. It's indeed a new feature for the console, so it has an optical sensor. See, Nintendo didn't even share that, but I'm finding it out from Genkai, according to Numerama. Okay, this is why it sucks to be a gamer in 2025, bro. The internet, that's why it sucks to be a freaking any kind of fan in any kind of anything, because you're not gonna find out as it happens. You're not gonna find out in the appropriate ways, like in the movie or in the TV show. It's gonna get leaked. Some news source is gonna think like, because it is, we've just been conditioned to a point where like we accept leaks and then get disappointed by the real thing, and then get upset when the real thing's announcement is like a flop or lackluster or like bittersweet. uh like the leaks is going on in all industries is almost just as bad as like the reselling shit. Speaking of reselling shit, the Nintendo Switch gotta take care of this whole menu. Like they have to have enough units for this. What's gonna be huge turnaround for scalpers. They gotta make these scalpers pay. I'm gonna continue here without it on the screen. Video of the Switch 2 show how the Joy-Con clip onto the console via magnets with a button to press for release, which is great because my Joy-Cons are already fucking up. Sometimes they'll be in there and I'll tap it and my Switch will register them as not plugged in, and then I'll get the screen, and it sucks when you're playing anything. It sucks. One second. As been reported, the Switch 2 is bigger than the Switch with a second USB-C port on the top. Genki has even gone as far as to publish a video allegedly showing a render of the Switch 2 on his website designed to promote Switch 2 accessories. But a busy week for Nintendo Switch 2 leaks following the appearance of alleged images of the Nintendo Switch 2's internals. That's what I was talking about, the leaks online, fresh images allegedly showing the next generation console's Joy-Con appeared online. The images which show a left Joy-Con were reportedly first posted to a Chinese social media website before they made their way to the Nintendo Switch subreddit and Western social media. They include larger S, L, and SR buttons than on the Nintendo Switch Joy-Con, which you'd expect given the Nintendo Switch 2 is reportedly a bigger console than the original. These new Joy-Cons allegedly ditched the railed lock method. Yeah, thank goodness, because that's what I'm saying. That railed lock shit really messing up my current day one Switch too. It's like the first model. It's lucky to even be alive. There are what look like soft rubber glide pads on the top and the bottom of the side of the Joy-Con, which look like a sensor of some kind, perhaps for connecting to other devices or for 3D gesture controlled inputs. Some are speculating the Switch 2 can be used as a mouse. The Joy-Con can be used as a mouse if turned on its side and placed on a flat surface. Should we read the rest of this? Nah, I think we're good. Yeah, we don't need to get all into. Well, the company images was an alleged specification list that mentioned 12 gigabytes of RAM. The original had 4, and 256 gigabytes of internal storage. The original Switch had 32. There's a new C button on the right Joy-Con allegedly, but no one seems to know what this is for. Is that true? Is there a C on that motherfucker? I don't see a C. There might be a C somewhere. I don't see it. um, yeah, I don't see no fucking C button. Whatever. So yeah, so that's why is this. It's. Am I excited? Sure. Um, but I need to. I. It feels like they were forced to make this reveal because of the CES stuff, and it made no sense holding on to this like at least design reveal. So they just went out and did it because it seems like the real meat, the real stuff we need to know about this, like the software and like the specifications, we're not gonna get that until this Nintendo Direct, which is when I think they were initially gonna reveal this console in the first place. Um, there's a ton of handhelds also that came out at CES. CES handheld gaming. Yeah, there's like some huge like uh giant screen. I think it's Lenovo, right? Oh no, not the Lenovo. There was some other giant screened joint that came out that looks hilarious. Let's see, Tom Sky probably got it. My man Tony, shout out to Tony. Check out Throwdown Podcast. Um, okay, they got the Legion Go. They have. This is what I was talking about. The freaking whatever this is. The Acer. Oh shit. The Acer Nitro Blaze handheld. Look at this shit, man. Look at that. Look at this slab that man is holding. For real? For real? That's what we doing? We doing this giant slab? Who's playing this? Who can't even put that in your fucking book bag, bro? Um, yeah. So does the Nintendo Switch 2 have competitors? That's the whole point of me showing that. Sure. Steam Deck is beloved. Steam Deck, a lot of what the Nintendo Switch 2 needed to do is directly informed by how well received the Steam Deck was, especially the OLED one. So sure, but this is what everybody's waiting on. I don't feel like Nintendo should be worried. I heard Microsoft is trying to do, or Sony is trying to get back into the handheld space, which you know it's proven that there's definitely an audience for that with the PSP and PSP Vita. Vita was almost like the Dreamcast, where it just came too soon. Um, but yeah, that's how I'm feeling about it. Real quick before I end this installment of Ike's Boom Boom Room, we will be back for the Switch 2 announcement. Probably not me watching the direct. That'll probably be on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/JokermanUno. You can find the link below or on the screen if I had time to do some nice editing. But I'll definitely be sharing my thoughts afterwards, and that'll be like the whole thing. But before I close out here, I want to talk about the top 5 games of 2024 that I did before this here installment, and my most anticipated of the year. I usually don't do revisements, and this really isn't a revisement, because if it was, I would be doing an entirely different video. But I sort of wish I could take a game back in favor for another one. And I mentioned it when I mentioned the game that I picked in favor of the one that I'd rather have now. I'd rather take off Pokemon TCGP and put Balatro on there, because I am a Balatro hound now. Like, I haven't played it all week because I'm super like locked in, trying to focus. But boy, it's been calling me. I don't know how to play poker. It's told me how to play poker. I recognize the solitaire angle to it now. I love the jokers. I just love the whole gameplay mechanic. I love the high highs and the low lows. I get why people are degenerates now, because if you could like make this shit a little interesting, put some cash on it, woo. But yeah, it's crazy. I love that game. Way more better than Pokemon TCG. After this whole Mew shit, it's kind of fallen off the wayside for me. I prefer just getting the cards now, which is its own can of worms. Speaking of resellers and whatnot. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you. This is the Ike's Boom Boom Room podcast. Stay tuned for another installment. Check out the YouTube channel, Ike's Boom Boom Room. Yeah. Thanks for listening and or watching.